Yeah, you're just like, oh, this isn't good.
No.
We're going to end up in a YouTube video, and it's not going to be what we think it is.
Hey, you could possibly monetize that, get a few dollars, though. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Spread the Positive podcast. I'm your host, Trent Denson. As always, man, I hope y'all are ready to get your laugh on because we got a repeat offender and one of my favorite previous guests, my guy, Patrick Sisk, out of Orlando, Florida, a legend in the comedian game and a legend in our hearts, man. The bowling ball comedy. Patrick, how are you, man?
Man, so much better now with that introduction. I mean, between being called a legend and an offender, I mean, this like it's like me and Diddy are like right here together now. That's awesome.
Oh man, that escalated quickly.
Yeah, it did, as most things do with me. So unfortunately, but no, man, I'm great. How are things with you, man?
I'm doing great, man. We're super blessed around here. But we gotta talk about you. You're coming to the borough.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
First show in Murfreesboro. I'm excited.
Out at Hot Springs. What's the date again? Dan's gonna kill me.
May 27th.
Okay, that's right. Wednesday. May 27th at Hot Springs. I think we got a promo code. I need to double check with Dan, but use code STP. I think we can hook you up with some type of discount. But
yeah, just start throwing random promo codes in there.
Yeah, just anything.
Just
Cisco.
Yeah.
Man, Patrick, for the folks that don't know you, man, give us a little backstory, who you are, how you got to, or we'll get into current life, but give us a little backstory.
Yeah, so I'm from Nashville, Tennessee, born and raised. I was a foster kid for the first part of my life. Bounced around to some foster homes, landed with some amazing parents that took me in, told me that if I follow my dreams and work hard enough, I could be anything I wanted to be. That's one reason I'm a stand-up comedian today.
That's incredible.
They're not proud of me. They're not proud of me. They're very disappointed. They're like, you have a college degree. And I'm like, I know. But no, born and raised in Nashville. I went to Good Pasture to high school. Then I went to Lipscomb University, where I was the mascot for 2.5 years.
That fits.
And that was, I know what hell will be like. It is just you trapped in a mascot costume. Spent some years as a youth minister for a couple of different churches. Then around COVID, ended up becoming a campus supervisor for a residential treatment facility for kids, which was incredible. Spent a year there, and then I started working with kids with autism.
Nice.
And then me and my wife and my 2 kids moved down to Orlando, Florida, where we live now. We were living at that time in Jeffersonville, Indiana. And then 2021 moved down here. And about a year into me living here, I had always loved comedy. I'd done comedy some in college and had a writing class at Zany's there in Nashville. And then finally my wife was like, hey, you need to go back and you need to try comedy all over again. She was like, give it one more shot. And I was like, I don't know, but she encouraged me to do it. It took off, and
amazing, man.
Yeah, the rest is history.
So awesome. Man, so the comedy started 2021, he said?
Yeah, that's when I started doing it down here. It's taken off real quick. I actually headlined my first club in my first year of comedy.
That's insane.
Yeah, it was nerve-wracking with the guy who his name was Adam Lowry. He was the owner of a Madcaps comedy club in New Smyrna Beach. But he believed in me, and I'm not sure he probably should have. Because at first I was like, dude, I don't know, but enjoyed it, loved it, and man, I've grown from there. And I have the same mindset that I can learn something from every time I step on stage. So I try to get a little better each time I step on stage.
That's amazing, man. Well, congratulations. That's
Thank
quite a
you.
rise in 5 years? It's been
Yeah, right at it.
is
Yeah,
it like
so
2024, 2023, I guess. I don't know.
I
A
started
couple years.
comedy when we talked.
Yeah,
That was probably 2024. So it's probably
yeah,
been about 2 years.
yeah. That sounds about right.
So
Well, man, that's incredible. Congratulations, and
thank you.
I can't wait for the show out here. We're definitely going to be pushing it. Got to get this out quick, so we're going to
Yeah.
turn this one around real quick. But
Yeah, no,
May
thank you guys
27th.
for having me. Anything
Absolutely,
we can
man.
do to get people there, because
Yeah,
I mean, I love what you guys do to spread the positivity, and
yeah,
that's one
man.
reason I do comedy is to spread joy. I love making people laugh. That's my thing.
I love it, man. Yeah, you're really good at it. I can't wait. I haven't actually seen you in person, so I'm super pumped for this. May 27th at Hop Springs. So
that's probably better, honestly, because I'm very disappointing in person. Once you see me, you're like, oh, that's it. I'm like, yeah, this is it.
No.
It's like one of those roadside attractions, when like you're driving and you're like, oh, that looks really cool, and then you get there and you're like, oh, so that's what the biggest bottle of ketchup looks like.
Yes, sir. Let's go, man.
So.
Well, we got to give a shout out to our guy Daniel Collins with Wall of Fame Entertainment. He's your manager. I've been with you for a few years now, or five, right? Or
yeah, we've so I started, and it was probably within that first year, Dan picked me up. I think it was February, and I had started in the April before then. So a little less than a year, and Dan and I, we've known each other for years, went to church camps together and stuff like that. And I knew he was.
How old was that, like high school for y'all? Or?
Yeah, high school.
So y'all go back to high school days, man.
That's we go like 2005, 2004.
Yeah.
But yeah,
shout out to Dan, man.
Yeah, he took a chance on me, and I love the guy. He's incredible. He's got a lot of energy. He's passionate about what he does, and he's good at it. So,
amen, man. I love that guy. We've been holding it down for a while ourselves, and gone back and forth on a lot of projects, and it's all love for the Collins fam, man. Super proud of him, and he's doing some great things. And yeah, man,
absolutely,
that's my guy, man. He's been a big advocate for everything Spread the Positive since day one. So huge shout out to Dan, and be sure to check out Wall of Fame Entertainment, man. He's really building a roster of awesome entertainers, from comedians to singer-songwriters to performance artists to booking out some pretty major shows. And
he's got comedians. He's got some like rave music artists. Yeah, and I mean it's crazy. So I mean, I don't really do rave music because I sweat a lot already. So I don't need.
I don't need any extra incentive to get sweaty. I'm saying here, man. I'm sweaty. I've been walking back and forth in the hallway. And
exactly. I already sweat like I do drugs. I don't need to like go anywhere like that. So.
All right, man. Well, let me hit some of these. Of course, our guy Dan hit us with a media brief because he's professional like that. I'm gonna run down some of these key credentials real quick, man. These are so we got winner of the Tower City Comedy Festival roast battle.
Yes,
talk to us about that, man. I bet that was legendary.
Yeah, man. I didn't actually. I wasn't even gonna do it. So the Tower City roast or Tower City Comedy Festival is in Paris, Texas. It's put on by Daryl Felsberg, great guy down there, and hilarious comedian. And so they have a bunch of different shows, and one of the shows was a roast battle, and they needed one more person. And I was like, you know what? I'm here. Let's do it. And so I think there was about 16 people. So it was a tournament style.
Yeah.
I won the first one, and I was like, all right, I knew my first opponent. But the problem was the second opponent you didn't find out until after the round was over.
Okay.
And so then all of a sudden now you're going to have to start coming up with roasts on the spot.
Dude, that's
and I channeled my old youth minister days of picking on kids and making fun of them. And so I was like, all right, here we go. And I mean, I had worked at the children's home too, so like those kids knew how to like hurt your feelings. So I was like, all right, man. I gotta think like one of them and like go for the jugular. And
Dude, funny.
And man, it was a blast. I won that year. And when you win the next year, the event is named after you.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, and then you get to host it as well. So I hosted it the next year, had a blast. And so that was a lot of fun. But I don't like, I'm not a huge roast fan because I'm not a mean guy.
Right.
But mainly it's because I don't like people saying mean things about me because I'll cry. I'll cry a lot.
And that gets a little awkward on stage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
When a guy who looks like me
just starts bawling on stage.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, this isn't good.
No.
We're going to end up in a YouTube video and it's not going to be what we think it is.
Hey, you could possibly monetize that, get a few dollars though. All right, so we got finalists for Florida's Funniest Comedian 2022 to 2024. Two-time.
So Florida's Funniest is actually I just participated that in again. So I've been in it 4 years.
Okay.
For 2 different years, I was a semifinalist. But this year, I lost in the quarterfinals.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'm a 4-time Florida's Funniest comedian competition or
competitor.
That's it. That's the word I was looking for. You got it.
All right. Let's go. All right. So also 2-time nominee, Orlando's best local comedian. That's quite the feat.
Yeah. Yeah. 1 year I lost to Carrot Top.
Okay.
So I hate Carrot Top.
This came up on the last one. I remember that.
Yeah, I'm still bitter. I'm still bitter. I have not come across Carrot Top. Carrot Top has no clue who I am, but we still have beef.
Yeah, man. That's so funny. All right, couple more. Finalists at the Riot Fest wild card competition. I can see you being a wild card.
Yeah, no, that was cool. That was actually my first year of comedy where nice. I made it to the wild card. I was a wild card round and did really well. Nice. Especially 1 year in, I was like, all right, maybe I'm actually funny. So it was cool to have. So
love it. You've been touring throughout the Southeast, which is a feat in itself. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
And you've also recorded your debut comedy album live at the Laugh Out Lounge.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that experience, man. I bet that was crazy.
Yeah, man. Laugh Out Lounge is an amazing club. A guy named Mike Lee owns it and here in Winter Haven, Florida. Okay. And it's about an hour outside of Orlando or so. Okay. But incredible club. Beautiful. They know how to do comedy. They run comedy shows just so well. And we had talked about it for a while about, okay, we should get our first comedy album out. And so finally we pulled the trigger and it was an amazing night. It was about 75 people there. They can fit about 85. So, I mean, it was a packed house that night. Had a great time. The jokes hit. It's definitely something that we're proud of that we're putting out. And, the jokes that you're going to hear tonight, when I come to Murfreesboro are some that are going to be on there. And there's some different ones that I'm starting to work because I'm trying to start the new 45-minute set that I've got, that I'm trying to figure out how to make that work. But it was an incredible experience. And, the crowd was incredible. And you can be the funniest comedian, but if you don't have a crowd that's behind you, then it's kind of a crappy show. So, but they were fun. They were a blast. There was one guy up front who comes to almost every show there. His name is Larry, and everybody just calls him Blind Larry because he's blind.
Okay.
And so, there was one point where I talk about what are you afraid of? And Larry was like, swimming. And I was like, yeah, that's terrifying, actually.
I don't like open water, and I can see.
Yeah, like, can you imagine being like swimming and you're like, I don't know
that's
anything.
terrifying.
Yeah, no, just sharks are around you going,
nah.
Miss me with that.
All the way good on that, man. Dude, that's so cool. I always think of like Mitch Hedberg's like probably my goat. Or he's way up there for me. And I always think about that part where he's like, I used to like, I got a CD in stores now. I used to have it last time.
Yeah.
I would just have to go put my CD in the store. Alphabetize it.
Exactly. Man, and that's what it's all about right now, is getting streaming out and getting noticed and stuff like that. And so to say that I'm among those who have, that we're about to have an album out there is really cool.
Come on, man. Congratulations. That's so awesome. Yeah. Shout out to Mitch Hedberg too, man. Gone too soon.
Yeah, I mean, he's dead, so he probably didn't hear that shout out, but I bet he.
Well, I hope he can feel it somewhere. I love that guy.
I like that you said somewhere. Like, we aren't really quite sure, so that seems appropriate.
So. But yeah, Dan's got this. He said the album's being shopped around and already have some interest in distribution. And
we've had thank you. We've had a couple of people. It's the album is called "My Wife Doesn't Think I'm Funny."
That's funny.
And it's kind of it's an introductory album of who I am.
Yeah.
This is me. And you're starting to see a story that I'm currently writing, comedically and just in real life, and you get to follow along, and there are some ups and there's some downs and there's a lot of stupidity. But I love it.
Everybody's life. Yeah. That's awesome, man. Yeah, dude. I mean, having a comedy album, I'd love to know the percentage of people that have done stand up that actually have an album. That's probably
right. Yeah.
Less than 3 or 4%, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
numbers, but that's rare air, man.
There's a guy named you might have heard of him. His name Kevin Hart.
Yes,
he's had a couple of them out there, but no, it's cool to be in that moment where I can go, man, I'm doing something. There's proof. Yeah. There's actual stuff validation. One day when all is said and done, that will live on past me.
Man, so what a feeling.
I mean, nobody's going to listen to it, but at least it'll live on past me.
Nah, that's so awesome, man. Like that's everything. Like, just legacy, that's got to be a really crazy feeling. A couple more notes here from our guy Dan. I love. All right, so I need to know where this nickname came from. The bowling ball of comedy.
Okay, so that actually came from a guy named Judd, who lives here in Florida. Judd is a comedian. He was a showrunner, and at first, I sent him some of my stuff, and he was like, eh. And then I sent him a video of me wearing a Hawaiian shirt and just being myself. And he called me. He was like, hey, I want you to know something. He was like, Judd Jones. Judd goes, I want you to know something. That's what I want on stage. He was like, the first clip you sent me, he goes, you're wearing a black T-shirt, jeans. He was like, you just look stuffy. He was like, you got on stage in the Hawaiian shirt. And he goes, you're a wild man. He goes, you're a big dude. You're just like a bowling ball that's, there to knock over the effing pins. And I was like, okay. And he goes, so you're a bowling ball of comedy. And I was like, I feel like that's a fat joke. And so, but yeah, so it's kind of stuck a little bit. It's in my bio, and it's a shout out to somebody who definitely believed in me when starting out. And it's, and that's what I try to do. Right. I am high energy from start to finish. When I step on stage, Mitch is a perfect example. He was not high energy. He was the monotone one-liners. I am high energy, just the whole time. Like I just shotgunned a Red Bull before I got on stage.
Heck
so,
yeah.
which sometimes I do. So
that's that's what that's Dan, man. Dan nailed this. This is so great. Fast-paced room command, crowd work, unpredictable live moments, and relatable storytelling, Southern Middle American perspective.
Yeah, man. I love doing crowd work. I love doing it. And I love talking about what's important, like, to everyday people, right? Like, that's why my comedy does well, is because I speak from a place that you will understand as not even just a male, but just as a person who is just trying to get by.
Yeah.
And, because life, it's all a matter of perspective. We look at life and we can look at it and go, oh man, this sucks. This is stupid. And to be fair, it is. Yeah. There's a lot of suckage in this world. There's a lot of bad things, but I like to look at things and go, where's the funny? Where can I make this funny? And I talk about it throughout my whole comedy stuff, just these little moments with my kids or things with my wife or just my own stupidity.
Sure.
So it's definitely, it's one of those things where I like to take real life experiences and turn them into those moments that go, okay, this is funny. Where can I find the funny in this?
Where is the funny? I love that. So the tagline here is bring a light to what's going right. And very similar. That's a great segue. I have to ask our guests this every time, but finding the funny. And that's something I always like to say too. Here at Spread the Positive, it's not spread the perfection. It's not spread the delusional. Right. It's spread the positive. Unfortunately, we do have to go out of our way sometimes to find it and go out of our way to find the funny at times. And sometimes the funny actually hurts a little, if we're being honest.
Yeah,
and you're just like, man, that's super in line with everything we're about. That's why I love. I mean, anytime Dan's like, Patrick needs to jump on, I'm like, please come on down.
Yeah, no,
so, like you're really. I gotta tell you this. You really are like, and I followed you since I see your clips, I see your work, and it really is like a great representation of what we're about here, man. Like you really do. Yeah, man. Like it's not. Yeah. Again, the suckage is there. That's a great way to put it. We're not ignoring that, but sometimes you can laugh at the suckage, and you can also, find some good stuff and in the struggle, I guess.
Absolutely. I mean, I think back to my dad passed away right after I graduated college, and it was devastating, right? I was hurt by it, and I remember the first time me and my mom went to the cemetery, and the grave marker was there, and I'm holding my mom and seeing my dad's name with his birth date and his death date, and then my mom's name is right beside it with her birth date, and nothing else, and she was like, man, this is really sobering to see. And I said, Mom, and there's two ways to handle that, right? Like I could be sad, which, I am. I miss my dad. But then there's another way that I handle it that is how I handled it. And I look at Mom and I go, Mom, wouldn't it be funny for the death date if it said coming soon? And she just like stared at me, and I was like, "No, okay."
Wrong time.
I mean, I thought it was funny, but and that's the thing, right? Like death is a perfect example. Death is a very sad thing, but there is beauty in the suffering. I know the phrase. I think it's trendy on Instagram. There's beauty in the breakdown.
Yeah.
And it's true. Like it's okay to be sad, but it's also okay to be funny while you're sad.
Yeah. It's therapy. It's therapeutic.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And doing stand-up comedy is so much cheaper than therapy. So, so that's why I do it.
You get paid to
Yeah, exactly.
Heck yeah, brother. That's amazing. I always I heard a quote one time. It's like that dash. Oof, that dash. Yeah. Man, that's the whole thing right there is the dash.
Exactly.
Shoo, that'll get you, man.
Yeah.
You got a date, and that dash is your whole life.
Absolutely. Ooh. I used to tell my youth group kids when I was a youth minister, you don't get to pick if you were born. You don't get to pick when you die, but you get to pick how you live.
Amen.
And that's exactly right. The dash is what's important.
Man.
So that's all it's about, man.
Yeah, that dash is crazy if you think about it.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll get you in your feels real quick.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Yeah. Let's get a little lighter. Let's lighten it up. All right. So I have another thing I always do. It's actually me and my dad. We've done it since I can remember. We call it like a top 3. We have like a million top 3s. So I got a top 3 question for you.
All right.
Top 3 comedy moments that you've had to date.
Ooh, top 3 comedy moments. Number 3 would have to be performing in the Virgin Islands.
Oh, wow.
There, a guy named Lucas owns a comedy club down there. Incredible guy, and it's a beautiful place. I mean, just to spend a week in the Virgin Islands while I do comedy was incredible. Yeah, I know. Like to do comedy and to see cruise ships sailing in, I'm like, okay, I could get used to this.
Right.
And so that has to be in the top. That has to be like number 3 because it was just.
Are you going 3, 2, 1?
Yeah, I'm gonna go 3, 2, 1.
Oh man, I love it. Let's go.
So that's got to be number 3. Number 2 has to be the first time I headlined.
Okay.
At Madcaps that weekend. I mean, the first night was a sold out show. The second night, I think we were 8 tickets away from a sold out show. And just for the first time, be like, okay, I can run with the big boys. And it was a blast. And like I said, I owe Adam a lot, and definitely look back on that time fondly. My number 1 has to be that my daughter wants to be a comedian.
Wow.
And not because like I really want her to, because I don't. I don't. Like, no, there's so many things that are better. This is a life full of disappointment and heartbreak.
Oh man.
But you know, we've been able to do some things on Instagram and TikTok and together. You know, we just came out with this series where I explained country music to her that we grew up with. And we've had two of the videos, Concrete Angel by Martina McBride and 3 Wooden Crosses by Randy Travis get over 1 million views.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I went from about 480 followers on TikTok to, I believe at last I checked, I was at 18.5K.
Let's go, dude.
Which is cool. And so to be able to do comedy with my daughter, man, is really cool. And I've even actually brought her up on stage at a couple of shows, and we've been able to do things. And so to share that moment with my daughter, even though she outshines me every single time.
Dude, so that's special. That's so special. How old is she?
She is 9.
Wow.
So, yeah, she's 9 years old. And she's very funny. She's always asking, hey, Dad, is this funny if I said it like this or if I do this? And you know, but her little brother is even funnier. Her little brother is more of that goofy slapstick comedy, where my daughter is much more calculated, smart. But both of them are so funny, and I already know that like I'm in trouble.
That's so great.
Yeah.
In the best way possible. You're in the best trouble possible. Yeah. Hopefully. That's incredible, man. That is incredible. Oh man. That gets me in my feels too, dude.
Yeah, no, it's I laugh because Carly, I tried so many different ways to blow up on TikTok. I would post this, post that, and nothing ever worked. And then all of a sudden, my daughter and I had come up with this video, and it blows up.
Yeah.
And my daughter was like, "You're welcome." And I was like, "Whoa, okay." He was like, "You wouldn't have done this video without me." And I was like, "Yeah, but like I came up with all you did was, you know what? Fine, you're right.
You're right.
Thank you, baby.
You're welcome, Dad. That's fire.
And it's cool because you get you get people who say hey, that's a great daughter you're raising. You see these comments, and I even got a message from someone on Instagram that told me that that as dumb as it sounds, that my video just brought them such joy and peace, and it made them laugh, and that they were having a really hard time. And it was really cool to know that I'm spreading that positivity, right? I'm able to touch lives that I never would have been able to, and it's incredible. It's humbling.
So. Yeah, that's incredible. That's special, man. Talk about I mean, that's motivation right there, right? I mean, that's fuel on a big fire.
Oh, absolutely.
That flame way bigger. Wow. That's amazing. That was a really awesome top 3. Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Virgin Islands, first headline, and your daughter wants to be a comedian, and y'all shared moments on stage.
Yeah, I asked my son, I was like, "Buddy, do you want to be a stand-up comedian too?" And he was like, "No." And I was like, "Okay, cool."
Good on that.
He was like, "I want to be like, he was like, I want to be like an astronaut or something." I was like, "You know what? Yeah, that's fine. Those are fake anyway." Hashtag the moon landing not real. So
conspiracy corner. I'm down.
Exactly.
There anytime. How old's your son?
My son's 6.
Okay.
So my son is in kindergarten and my daughter is in 4th grade.
Man, that's a good mix right there.
Yeah.
Either one of them into sports yet, or
not really. Well, like my daughter does dance.
Okay.
And so I mean that's sure that's a sport. But it's athletic, right? Like she definitely can do a lot more than me, but it's my son hasn't gotten into any sports yet. But he's interested in some, but I mean their personalities are so different too.
Yeah, I'm sure. Sorry, just rabbit holes, squirrels.
No. Like for instance, so it was like right at a month ago, I like seriously injured my foot because I tell people that I was saving my kids from a car wreck, and in reality, I was grabbing some fruit snacks off the top shelf in our pantry, and I knocked off one of those big jars, like this big, of coconut oil. And it was falling out of the corner of my eye. I could see it, and I thought, "Oh, it's a glass bottle or something." So I stuck my foot out, and it smashed my foot. And when it fell, it also knocked over a thing of pancake mix, and so pancake mix like exploded on the floor. And I'm in such pain, and again, kind of dumb. I look down and see the powder everywhere. And I audibly yell out, "Oh my God, my foot exploded." And my wife, who's a nurse, goes, "What's wrong with you?"
Oh, man.
And she comes around the corner and she's like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And I was like, "My foot really hurts." And so I kind of like collapsed to the ground. I take off my sock. And my foot immediately has already like started to swell up.
Oh no.
And it's getting to the point where like I'm in tears. It's hurting so bad.
I can imagine.
And my daughter, who is the big feelings, very sympathetic, empathy out the wazoo. Starts like tearing up, and she's like holding my hand. She's like, "Daddy,
Aww.
are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, baby, I'm gonna be okay." And then my son, who is the opposite, is sitting in the corner on his iPad. Goes, "Oh, Dad, you look like a butt cheek." And I'm like, "What does that even mean? Why do I look like a butt cheek?" Like, and he was like, "I don't know, but you do." So
Can't argue with that.
yeah, and so like I said, they're so opposite, but both of them just I wouldn't trade them for anything in the world.
Man,
So,
that's hilarious. My foot exploded, got me.
Yeah, no, I was convinced, dude. Like, I don't know why my brain. I was just like, "Oh, this is what happens when large things hit your foot. It just explodes." And luckily, it was white, right? So I mean, it just makes sense that like that would be my foot. So I was just like, "Yeah, that's." If it had been tahine, I would have probably. I don't know what I would have thought. I would have thought that like I was bleeding powder. So I don't know.
Oh man, that's great. Oh, all right. Let's what's on deck or what are you excited about that's coming down the line? I know we got some shows. I can rattle off some shows.
Yeah.
We got Murfreesboro, and dang, then Lexington the next day, Bowling Green the day after that.
Yeah.
Orlando, Marco Island, Jacksonville, and Sorrento, Florida, man.
Yeah, those are some of the ones. So end of this month, the 27th of May, I fly up and we have that first show in Murfreesboro, which is going to be a lot of fun at Hop Springs. Bringing Brandon Jarrell, who is a local comedian there, and then the guy who's hosting is named Josh Brack, who is actually, I met him down here in Florida, and now he's relocated to Nashville. And so when I hit him up, I was like, "Man, like, would you be willing to host?" He was like, "Yeah, absolutely." Okay. So we're doing that show Wednesday. Thursday, I would drive up to Lexington. We're doing a show at the Spot, which is going to be incredible. Then the next day, I drive down to Bowling Green for a show at Don's House of Comedy, nice. Which we were going to have a couple of months ago. We had to reschedule some things, but we finally got it on the docket, and we're able to get everything worked out. So we're excited to do that. That next day, that Saturday, I fly back down to Orlando to catch my daughter's dance recital.
Yes, sir.
So that's really cool. Then the next week, that Thursday, I'm headlining in Orlando at a new comedy club called Alex's Underground Comedy Club. And then that next day, I actually drive up to, and we haven't put this out too much, but I'll be driving up to Jacksonville, North Carolina.
Oh, snap.
To do a comedy show with the Comedy Zone.
Okay.
And so it's about a 9-hour drive.
Yeah, I was about to say that's a haul.
Yeah, it's going to be a long drive, but it's I'm excited. We've got a lot of things in June going on that are just, Sorrento is in July, but Marco Island in June with Larry Venturio and Nick Masick. And I mean, we've just got a lot of great shows. A lot of times summer is kind of a dead season for comedy.
Really?
Yeah, because people are traveling
right.
and things like that. But it's definitely picked up this for June, at least for me, and into July. And we're full steam ahead, man. This Dan and I talked at the end of last year because the previous years, I had done 186 shows one year, and then 66 shows. And Dan was like, "Hey, I want to challenge you this year not to do so many shows, but I want you to do shows that are important. Shows that are of value, whether it be not even just financially, but just like don't just go do a bar show 5 minutes away because you got sure to practice to do those open mics to keep the your sharpness, but don't overextend yourself, because he didn't want me to burn out. He didn't want me to neglect, and he and I are both big on it, and I don't want to neglect what's important here. I don't want to miss my kids growing up.
Amen.
There's times where I'm going to miss things, but I want to be a dad that they go, man, my dad was an incredible comedian, but he was an even better dad.
Heck yeah. Priorities, man. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a lot though.
Yeah.
Do you love, like, is the road life fun? Like, I feel like that would be fun. I know it's got its ups and downs. And
did you know that they have 24-hour Arby's?
No.
I did.
That's awesome.
No, it's not. Because at 3 a.m. when you're like, what are we going to eat? And the only thing is a beef and cheddar, it really makes your priorities fall in. You go, oh, maybe I should stop this.
Can't find a Waffle House or something?
I mean, it's like when the Arby's is the only thing, and you're like, oh, man, this is going to be awful. And you get the meat sweats at 3 a.m. Dog, that's awful. But overall, man, no, I do love it. I love traveling. I'm not a big fan that Spirit just closed down. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Then gone but not forgotten. If I had a 40, I would pour one out right now for Spirits for Spirit. But
that might need to make the rotation, man.
Yeah, I might have to put that in there. But no, it's I enjoy it, man. You get to go, you stay in some weird places. I mean, I've slept in my car several times. But I've been put up in some incredible places. Again, the Virgin Islands, dude. Right. I could look out my window and the ocean was right there, and I was like, that's incredible.
Yeah.
But it's it's all the experience, man. I have a rule that if I will do anything for a good story.
Man.
So
talk to us about that. Where did that come from?
I decided to live my life that way kind of once we moved down here to Florida, because I had been, again, a youth minister and all that stuff, and I had to live very by the books, very ABC. There's not a lot of gray. It was either black and white.
Yep.
And I realized that I was missing out. And not saying anything's wrong with religion. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm just saying that I think sometimes we get so obsessed with laws and regulations and the red tape that we can't truly experience what the world, what God, what the universe, whatever you want to say, has made. Because all of a sudden I was like, man, I am missing out on so many experiences. And so I mean, it's put me in some weird situations.
Sure.
So one of my bits that I do down here, I don't know if you know upside down pineapples. Do you know what that means? Okay, so down here it's a big thing. We have a place called the Villages, which is the STD capital of the world.
Yep.
That is true.
Hey, is the loofah thing a real thing?
Yeah, dude. The loofah, man. These old people down here just bumping uglies and just doing wild stuff. They're doing the wild thing, and it's gross. They breaking hips, but I was wearing a pineapple shirt, and I had no clue what it meant at first.
Oh boy!
And I'm doing a show, and a lady comes up to me, and she kind of is rubbing on my arm, and I thought she was just doing what that thing like old people do, and she goes, "So are you?" And I went, "Am I what?" And she goes, "Are you,
upside down pineapple person?"
And she goes, "Are you a swinger?" And I was like, "No." And she goes, "Oh, but
you're sure?"
But I live for the story, so me and her went home. No, I'm just kidding. And so at that point, I had a decision to make. I could either kind of step away from the Hawaiian shirt, upside down pineapple thing, or lean into it. So I leaned into it. And so, I have merch that has a pineapple guy on it that says "not a swinger" for people. So they know that they're, you can wear pineapples and not get accused of it. So anytime there's a story, a chance, I don't want to miss that opportunity. I want want to dive in because you never know. Adventure is out there, man.
Amen. I love that. You'll do a lot for the right story. Not quite the upside down pineapple, but
man, I have ended up. There was a show we did. Me and a guy did together in the Keys in Almirada, Florida, which is down in like the Key area. And these three people came up to us after the show and they're like, "Hey, do you guys like to party?" And I went, "Absolutely," because I didn't know where it was going to lead. And we ended up in their trailer park. And and a lot of it was a weird night. And and at one point they said, "Hey, you need to watch out because there's pythons down here." And I went, "What do you mean pythons?" Like, and they were like, "No, legit pythons." And I went, "Oh, okay." And but we're hanging out with them talking. It's like 3 a.m. And I was like, "Hey, we're gonna have to get a ride back. We're just gonna Uber." And they go, "Oh, Ubers don't come out here." And in that moment, I was like, "Oh my God, I live here."
Oh dear.
And by the grace of God, we found an Uber. And we opened it up, and an Uber came, and we were like, "Oh, thank God." And they were like, "Well, you don't have to leave. You could stay the night." And I was like, "I don't want to stay the night.
I'm good. We got this.
I don't want anything to do with that."
Uber. Let's do it.
Yeah. So, but I've never had a house party before where there were lobster cages in the corner until that night.
That's a story.
Yeah,
we got stories for days.
The first and last time.
Yeah, you've done that twice. Yep. Your first and your last. Oh man, Patrick, man, this has been awesome. I'm so pumped for the show. We're gonna push it real hard when this.
Please.
Yeah,
please. I tell people all the time. I'm not gonna tell you that I'm the world's greatest comedian, but what I'm gonna tell you is that I'm gonna make you laugh. Yep. I'm gonna bring you joy, and I promise you that if you come, we'll have a good time, and we'll get to forget about how much suckage there is in the world, and we'll get to just for an hour and a half or whatever, however long the show is, we'll just get to remember that it's good to laugh.
Amen, man. Well, I don't know if you remember, but we always close the show out with something we call the Grateful Four.
Yeah.
So 4 things you're grateful for right now. Can't wait to hear this.
All right. So number, I'll go in order again from 4 to 1.
I love it. Let's go. That's great.
Number 4 has to be, I think number 4 is just being able to travel, man. Being able to travel and do comedy. It is expensive out there right now.
Yep.
And gas is expensive. It's like $4.20 down here. $4.20. But it is so expensive. But still, to be able to travel and have the ability to go and do is incredible. To be able to go to new places is so much fun. So that's number 4. Number 3 is just comedy itself, man. Yep. I can't. I would be lying if I told you that I could live without comedy. And this and the next 2 are things that I always tell people I can't live without. Because I mean, comedy is what keeps me going. I have a day job and I love my day job, but it does not bring me joy like comedy does. Comedy, just being able to make people laugh, making people forget about that. Like I said, the bad things for a little bit it's a blessing, man. Yep. And so that's number 3. Number 2 is my kids.
Let's go.
Number 2, I mean, if my kids told me to quit comedy, they would be about the only people who could tell me to quit comedy, and I would. They have me wrapped around their finger, and I am a funnier comedian because of them. But at the end of the day, I don't even care if I'm a comedian. I just want to be the dad that they want me to be, or they need me to be.
There you go.
So my kids are number two, and then obviously number one, the one thing, the one person that I couldn't live without would have to be Morgan Freeman. No. How crazy would that be? I mean, he played God. How can you not like him?
Delivery. God,
no, my wife, Brittany is incredible, man. I love her to death. She has supported me on this journey every step of the way, even reluctantly sometimes.
Sure.
There's when you start out, man, you're driving an hour and a half, 2 hours for shows that are paying $10. And my wife every single time was like, go, you're fine. She's a nurse. She's a charge nurse. So and then she works nights as well. So, I mean, she's exhausted, but she does so much incredible stuff to make sure that me, the kids, and myself are taken care of. Especially when our foots blow up. But just knowing that I have her support, knowing that I have her in my corner, I wouldn't pick anyone else. Whatever comes our way, we can face it as long as we're together.
Man, that's beautiful. Well, Patrick, man, tell people where they can find you, plug away, and wrap this one up.
So Instagram is Patrick Sisk _comedy. And then everything else is TikTok, Facebook is Patrick Sisk comedy, no underscore. But yeah, if you type in Patrick Sisk, I'm normally the first one that shows up on Instagram, and I'm actually, from what I can tell, I'm the most famous Patrick Sisk.
Let's go. You did it, man.
Yeah, the other one, I know there at least one that has some notoriety, who is a landscaper for a golf course. So I think up north. So real quick, I would like to say, Patrick Sisk, if I find you,
taking that Instagram handle,
it's on site.
You heard it. Patrick Sisk on Patrick Sisk.
Oh man, I do have another Patrick Sisk that he and I follow each other, and every holiday we'll wish each other, like, he'll be like, Merry Christmas, Patrick, and I'll be like, Merry Christmas, Patrick.
That's awesome.
And it's so dumb, but it's been a running gag for like 6 years now.
I love that.
And but Patrick Sisk comedy, and then my website is www.patricksisk.com, and we have all the shows that a show schedule up there. But yeah, man, I would love for anybody who's listening in the Murfreesboro area, come out to the show. I will chest bump each one of you for free.
For free. What a deal. What a deal. Well, man, I appreciate you, man. Super pumped for the show. May 27th. We'll obviously have all that in the show notes, all the socials, everything. To all my Murfreesboro people, y'all don't want to miss this. I've kicked myself every time I missed you and you've been in Nashville, but you know how it is. Things don't.
Well, Trent, don't worry, because even when you're not there, you are always right here.
Oh man, get out of here.
Yeah,
dude. Well, I really appreciate you. Can't wait to dap you up in person for the first time, and
yeah, for sure, brother.
See you rip that show, man. We're super pumped to be involved, and thanks again to Dan for always keeping us in mind and putting us on when he can, and connecting us with great people like you, man. I'm super grateful for this. But real quick, y'all know what to do. Be sure to check out the new spreadthepositive.net. Come see us at the new studio here on the square in Murfreesboro. Super proud of it. Got a great team. Foreman, shout out to the whole team. Excuse me. Katie, Stephanie, Josh, Cairo, McKenna. Like, it's pretty crazy where we're at. And a quick, short 6 months of just a whirlwind of stuff. So we got some great stuff happening here at Spread the Positive. Great time to get involved. Patrick, you should do a podcast. I'd love to help you with that.
Yeah, man. Every other
like,
comedian does one. So,
man, it would be awesome. We should talk about that off mic, but little on the spot plug for you. But anyway, thank you again, Patrick. We'll wrap this one up. Go see him May 27th here in the borough, Hop Springs. Again, we'll have all that in the show notes. But super pumped for you, man. Keep killing it. Keep doing what you're doing, man. It's super inspiring.
Hey, thank you so much, guys. And thank you so much for having me, brother. Appreciate you.
Man. We'll see you all on the next one. Appreciate y'all.